Business advice that's not so blindingly obvious once you know it. I've had a bunch of people ask me whether I could shoot a video about how to scale a service. If you're selling a complex service, maybe you're an agency owner, maybe you're a consultant, maybe you're some sort of business coach, how do you scale that type of business? Well, I want you to imagine two indices, one running from left to right on the screen. This is high complexity to low complexity. And I want you to imagine another indice from the top of the screen to the bottom of the screen, which is high value to low value. Now, your business is going to be in one of these four quadrants, and there's nothing wrong with any one of these four quadrants in any particular way. But however, if you're going to be offering something that's high complexity, you need to make sure that you have contracts to manage that type of stuff. And if you're dealing in high value versus low value, you need to make sure that you've obviously set up your business to have appropriate margins. So if I was to look at, for example, top left, high complexity, high value, that would be something like building rocket ships for NASA, right? That's when every single project is bespoke and it's different. And that's where a lot of people live. Every single client is different, which means that every single proposal is different, which means that everybody gets charged at a different rate. And that's why service industries, particularly when you're selling a complex service, are so difficult to scale. It's not bad to be in that space, it's just very difficult to scale. That's top left. Bottom left is somewhere where you definitely don't want to be. That is where it's low value and it's highly complex. In fact, most businesses in that quadrant don't survive because you're doing something that's hard and you're not making much money. Unfortunately, there are lots of freelancers that end up stumbling into that particular space. They might decide to do video editing or copywriting, which a lot of these professions are highly commoditized. That's low value, high complex. Now, on the right-hand side of the quadrants, we've got low complexity. Bottom right is low complexity, low value. So that might be getting a banner design done on Fiverr. Right? It's services that are largely commoditized. People go, I don't really value it because I can get it done anywhere. Once again, lots of service-based industries are stuck in this bloody red ocean where what they're doing is pretty much the same as everybody else. Top right, however, is where you're offering high value, low complexity. And this is the quadrant that you want to be in if you want to scale your services. So how do you do that? How do you get into that top right quadrant where you are doing high value, low complexity projects? Okay, if you want to get in the top right quadrant, there are three things that you got to get right. First and foremost, you need target audience clarity. The reason why we need that is you need to get to a place where most of your projects are largely the same. They're not bespoke, they're not complex. So for example, if you're a web developer, you can do websites for everyone. Every project is different. Every project is complex. Or you do websites just for dentists. And if you're doing websites just for dentists, most of your projects are going to end up the same, which means that you can quote the same, you can run the project the same, you can streamline your marketing, and your marketing gets so much cheaper because you're focusing on one target audience, which is dentists. So the first thing that you need is target audience clarity. The second thing that you're going to need is something that we call a high no-brainer hero product. Now, if you'd like me to shoot a video on high no-brainer hero products, leave a comment that says high no-brainer hero products, or just write high no-brainer and I'll shoot something on that. But as I said before, most people are caught quoting for all sorts of different random projects, and they're often big projects with long time frames. Remember this, smaller promises get bigger conversions. So if you're clear on your target audience, you can offer a high no-brainer product, which is a way to get your customers and clients into your door. It might be a scaled back version of what it is that you do on a bigger picture, on a grander scale, or it might be one small chunk segmented. Now, if you're running your own business and you sell 27 different products, or every single different client project is going to be different, it's very hard for you to manage the sales component. Once again, scaling becomes difficult. If you've got target audience clarity, you can run marketing at scale. If you've got a high no-brainer, you can engage other people to do your selling for you because they're selling one super obvious thing. It's a high no-brainer. It's not cheap. They have to think about it, but they look at it and they go, yeah, I want that. That is a no-brainer. What's number 3? You need to have an obsession with SOPs. What are SOPs? They are standard operating procedures. Once again, it's very difficult to have standard operating procedures that other people can follow. Just gonna wait for this car to go past so I can cross the road. That other people can follow who are not you. Once again, very difficult to do this if every project is different, because every target, every new customer or client comes into your world is different, because you don't have target audience clarity. Those are the 3 things that you need: target audience clarity, high no-brainer, standard operating procedures, and that's what you need if you want to get in the top right-hand quadrant and have a service-based business that sells a complex service that can be scaled.